Hey everyone, welcome back to the Wheel of Horror. This is episode 18, and we have no new movies. Let's just spin the wheel and see what we're going to get. And it is going to be Pain. So as you guys could guess probably by now, it's not available anywhere for free, which I was like, you know what? We'll make an exception this week. You know what? I'll just rent it. It's $5 to rent. I was like, I am not about to spend $5 on Brahms the Boy 2. So we're just going to spin a wheel of punishment and sadness, and hopefully we get something fun. Leprechaun Origins was released in 2014 and was directed by Zach Lipovsky. And it is about a group of backpackers that are traveling through Ireland and run into leprechauns. Yes, you heard me, leprechauns. So Zach Lipovsky and I are going to have some problems because he took what was the best part of all the other Leprechaun movies, Warwick Davis, and decided, you know what? We're going to do something different, which, different isn't always bad, so I credit Zach for trying to do something different, but do something different with the parts that didn't work in the other movies and not the best part of every other movie, which, he does the different thing and doesn't have Warwick Davis and instead has absolute atrocities to the eyes, which are the leprechauns in this movie. They are disgusting. The makeup is so terrible on them and the effects are so terrible. There's just so much I questioned with the leprechauns in this movie. I mean, they have thermal vision, which, why? I never read in Irish folklore, which, if I'm wrong, please correct me, but that leprechaun should have thermal vision. I didn't know that. And I bet none of you guys know that because it probably isn't true. So I went right into what I didn't like about the movie, but let me say the one thing that I do like about this movie, which is a specific death scene, which I won't go into spoilers about, but if you want a little hint about when around it might be coming up or what items might be involved or anything surrounding it, all I'm going to say is fireplace, battle axe, building. And that's all I'm going to say for the little hint so you know where my favorite death scene is. Another pro that I do have, which isn't about the movie, is that I watched it with my friends Savannah and Tim. It was a lot of fun watching with them, so I thank you guys a lot for watching it with me. And I thank Savannah for suggesting Brahms the Boy, although I can't watch it, and her saying that she would watch whatever was on the Wheel of Punishment. I really appreciate it. That sounded a little sarcastic. It wasn't meant to be sarcastic. I really do appreciate it. And it made the movie a little bit better, so that's always a positive. So, in terms of cons, I made a little list to myself, which I would like to read out loud. And they are the leprechauns, the makeup, the writing, the direction, the character choices, and all of the deaths except the one that I said in the pros. And the last thing that I really despise about this movie are our main characters. So, I really didn't remember the names of our main characters except for two, but I had to write them down before starting this review so I wouldn't forget their names when I'm trying to do this part, but let me tell you about our characters. So, we have Sophie, who is our main girl, and she is terrible. I mean, she makes some of the worst character choices in this entire movie. And a lot of the times, I'm just questioning, what made you do this? And, the one positive that you could have about her is that she'll save her friends. Which, that's nice, That's a sign of a good friend. But, that's it. She's really not all that interesting. We really don't learn that much about her. Or, if we did, we really just didn't pay attention. But yeah, so that's our first main character. Our next main character, his name is Ben, and he is so worthless in this movie. He is such a douche canoe. I mean, his girlfriend's trying to like show, like, be there for him, and he could just care less about her. He's reading the newspaper as she strips down so that they could be together. But no, his random medical article in Irish News Daily is apparently more important than her. I don't know. He makes me very annoyed during this movie because one of his friends gets injured, and instead of like running back to save him, he just sprints away, doesn't care less. And his girlfriend at another part falls, and he just sprints away and couldn't care less. And we never find out anything like, oh, is there any issues that they have with each other? No, he just runs away because he only cares about himself. So there's Ben for you. In terms of our other main characters, we have Jenny, who's meant to be like the little like, ooh, ditzy girl. She's also pretty bad in this movie. I mean, she's just as mean as Ben. She runs away from her boyfriend because he's the one who falls. And it's like, wow, that's nice. You're dating him and you just leave him behind for the leprechauns to nibble at his ankles. But yeah, that's Jenny. I mean, there's not really that much to say about her. She is pretty annoying in the beginning. I think she gets a little bit better as the movie goes on, but not that much. She's just very annoying. And our last main character, who I will say I do like the most, is David. Or, as in Schitt's Creek they would say it, David. But, yeah, David, he's our best character here. And unfortunately, he kind of stinks in the beginning. And I know Savannah, Tim, and I hated him the most in the beginning, but once they get into like this lodge / cabin, whatever this building is, he gets so much better. Like, his girlfriend, Jenny, is like, oh my god, I heard something outside. He's right away. He's looking. Although he makes a few jokes, he looks. He's like, all right, I'll look outside for you. He's always doing everything that he possibly can. And it just stinks that Jenny is so mean to him that when he gets his fall to happen, she just runs away with Ben, and it's very rude. So thank you, Sophie, for staying behind with David, our best character, because you couldn't possibly fathom being as cool as he is. So overall, I'm going to give this movie a 1.5 out of 10. And if you're watching with friends, watch this movie. I will say this is probably the most boring of all the Leprechaun movies, and that's because, Warwick Davis isn't in it, so what'd you expect? It's not going to be as good. But yeah, watching with friends, and you'll probably enjoy it a little bit more. So thank you everyone for watching, and leave some comments for the Wheel of Horror, because we need some, so please leave some comments, any movie, and it'll be on there. Unless, of course, I've already reviewed it, then it won't be on there. But let's flash forward to the next review.